Welcome back in, my beautiful builders, to another episode of the Minecraft Survival Kingdom. In today's episode, we're going to be taking this empty void and turning it into that. Let's get into it. So I think I'd like to start off this episode with a bit of an apology, because it has taken me way too long to actually get this episode out because, well, I've been a busy boy. And I have so much that I want to show you guys, but I think first and foremost, I want to get started with placing this lava over the edge of the end island, and let's get all the way down to the void. We have an enderman farm to make today. And this right here has got to be one of the most satisfying things in all of Minecraft. Oh, baby, love that. Granted, it seems like I've made a little bit of a lava mess. I think I'm gonna wait for this to just flow away, and then we'll actually get started with bridging out away from the island with these leaves. Yep, I'd say this is gonna take a few minutes. Alrighty, so now that everything is cleared out a bit down here, it's time for us to bridge out away from the end island. And I probably should look up a tutorial for this so I know how far to bridge out, but I do know that it's a long way, so I'm just going to get started here, and then I may look up a tutorial here in a minute. This is how we're going to start off today's episode. We're going to build ourselves an ender, basically an extremely fast experience farm using endermen. That way we can repair our tools, because I'm getting really tired of using the spider farm because, well, it's slow. It's great. It's a great farm, but it's extremely slow. Alrighty, so theoretically, I should be far enough out now. If we walk back toward the island, we should slowly start seeing endermen spawn back onto the island as we come into range. And that means that whenever we're... Yeah, there you go. You can see them. They start spawning right there on the edge of the island, which means this is probably about how far we needed to go out. But I went ahead and went even further out, so there's guaranteed no other place for any of these endermen to spawn. And then out here is where we're going to actually build a brand new platform and then have these guys come and be killed. Now, the question is, do I want this thing to be as efficient as possible, or do I want it to instead actually kill the endermen slightly so that I just have to one-hit swing my sword to kill them? I'm kind of feeling like the one-hit swing to sword to kill them is probably going to be a little bit better, but I guess it doesn't really matter. Either way, an enderman farm is, you know, super overpowered. So I'll tell you what, let's actually do the one swing kill. And if we want to change it later, it's super easy to do the max spawn rate farm, which is all the way down at the bottom here. We can do that one later if we don't like the one hit kill option. Okay, so this right here is going to be my kill area. And from here, I need to go up an additional 42 blocks. And that should be the max height that an enderman can fall and still survive. So if we go ahead and we make our platform all the way up here, theoretically, this guy will still survive his fall, and he'll just be a one-hit kill for us to tap and get all of his experience. I'm going to be honest, I have no idea what I'm doing, and I probably should be looking up that tutorial right about now, but I'm not going to. I'm going to see if I can actually come up with this thing purely from memory. It's been a long time since I've made an enderman farm. But I seem to recall that it's still pretty simple, right? We just need some trapdoors down here for the guys to try and pathfind over, and then somewhere here in the middle, we gotta have an endermite just kind of floating, and that's it, I think. I mean, it's just a platform with the torches removed, and then let this dude do his thing, and I think we're good. All right, we need to actually get an endermite, and I actually need something for the endermite to sit on as well. A trapdoor, I think, would work. If I put, like, the trapdoor up high a little bit, I think that should be fine. And just have him kind of sit there, because trapdoors are non-spawnable. I don't know. I really don't know. It probably would be better to use something else, but oh, that was almost bad. All right, let's do. These guys are 3 high, so if I put him up, like, here, if I put him up there, theoretically, he'll be fine. So we'll just do like a little something like boom there. And I want my endermite sitting in a minecart right there. I need to make sure this isn't on a chunk border too, though. So I guess F3G. Yeah, he should be good. This whole thing is... Oh, it's actually all within one chunk. That's perfect. Even better. I love that. Okay, F3G off. Go away, F3 screen. Okay, beautiful. So set the guy up there, and then hopefully all the endermen get mad at him, and we're good to go. Let's go ahead and see if we can't get an endermite into a minecart now. All right, let's see if we can't get one of these guys and actually stay alive. I actually have a feeling that if this guy spawns, he may hit me off, and we're going to be in a little bit of trouble. But so long as I keep my health up, I think we'll be fine. And there's a 5% chance for these guys to spawn in. So just make sure I don't get too low on health, because if this guy spawns in and hits me, if I remember correctly, these things hit like a truck. I know they're small, but they are mighty. There we go. Nice. And then I need you to get in the minecart, buddy. Can you get in the minecart? Ow. Okay, nope. Well, let's go ahead and name you first. Enderbait. There we go. In the minecart. Beautiful. Okay, now I just gotta push you up. Ow. You guys definitely hit hard. I remember. You guys hit really hard. Ow, and you hit from far away too. Okay, let's just see if I can just give you a shove. Just a shove. Just a shove. Go. 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 You're not going. Okay, that's not... That's not working out at all. I probably should have just spawned him in up there, huh? I don't know how I'm going to get you up there now, buddy. Aha! I got you now! Beautiful. Oh, that was such a pain. I'm not even going to lie to you guys. This guy... It was incredibly difficult to get up here. Like, incredibly difficult. But he is in here now, and I think I'm going to put some carpets around him just to lock him in place. But overall, I think this should be everything that we need for this farm. Well, actually, I can't use carpets. Carpets actually have to have something underneath them in order to place down a full block, so... Yeah, I can't actually use carpets to, like, lock this guy in like I was planning on. So, do I have any other ideas? Not at the moment. Not at the moment. I don't have any other ideas to lock this guy in place. Other than maybe some more trap doors around the edge. That could work. That's actually a pretty good idea. Let's go ahead and do that. Let's grab out some cobblestone. And what I'll do is I will just not get very close to this guy. But... I can, boom, and then I can place it here, I think. Nope, not there. Let's do top of the block then. And that should keep the minecart in place relatively well, I think. And you know what? I think I'm going to call that good. I'm just hoping that this actually works. Let's go ahead and tear down everything that we have up here, and we'll start removing torches, open up these trap doors, and theoretically, whenever we make it to the bottom... These guys should start spawning in and heading down toward us. I'm a little bit nervous because I didn't test this, but we'll see. We'll see very, very quickly because these guys are going to start spawning in. Actually, we aren't even going to make it all the way down because these guys are 42 blocks up and they start spawning in 28 blocks away, I believe. So these guys are probably about to start falling on our heads here in just a second. So I'm a little bit worried. Yep, there they go. There they go already. Oh, they're not falling straight, though. That's a problem. That is a major problem. Okay. I'm gonna have to add rings. I'm gonna have to add rings every couple of blocks just to make sure that these guys fall straight down. Alrighty, so I've made some rings going all the way up to the platform here. I've kind of spaced them out a little strange, so I'm not entirely sure if this is going to be 100% effective, but let's go ahead and remove these torches, and let's just see how it goes. Good luck, Enderbait. Hopefully they don't actually kill you. That would be terrible, because you were kind of a pain to get, but we're down here. Okay. Alright. That's 2 of them that have fallen. That's several more that have fallen. Perfect. These guys are not... They're not falling nearly as fast as I would think, though. Okay, let's go ahead and let's head up. Interesting. Some of these guys seem very uninterested in our dude here. I guess because they don't have line of sight for some reason? Interesting. Why Why aren't you guys angry? Alrighty, so I've done a little bit of reworking here. Once again, up top, I've removed all of the leaves as well as some extra trap doors that I had added around. And I instead moved this guy onto a iron bar with a carpet on bottom as well as on top. And I'm hoping that maybe this will fix some of the line of sight issues that we're having, because the carpet is not a full block and neither is the iron bar. So theoretically, this thing is, as far as the mobs are concerned, just floating in midair. So let's get rid of some of this extra junk that we have. And now I think we can go ahead and head back down to the bottom and let's just see how this thing is going now. Hopefully it is going much better. We see these guys are already spawning in very quickly. Now let's go ahead and check our F4 and let's see what's going on. It does look like we still have some dudes just hanging out though. Huh. Yeah, that's really strange. I mean, it's good enough for right now. I will give it that. It's not like the 3 that are hanging out are completely stopping the farm by any means, but it is still kind of annoying. I kind of want those guys to go after the endermite as well. I don't know. This is something I'll play around with off camera. Hey, nice. They're not getting stuck anymore, which is a huge improvement. And all I did was I removed the carpet that was underneath the minecart, which, yeah, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. I think that the carpet may actually have served some supportive purposes. I'm worried that once I reload this in, that this minecart's going to fall through, but I guess we'll just deal with that when we have to. And then the rest of these slabs are just to hold the minecart in place. So I think that's it. This guy's actually stuck because he's standing on the edge of the trapdoor. Once another few of these guys spawn in, that will go away. But let's go ahead and just clear out the whole load of these guys. And now if we go back up here and check, that dude shouldn't be hanging out on the trapdoor anymore. No, he's not. Yeah, they're all fighting to get down. Perfect. That's exactly what we want. So at the end of the last episode, I left you guys with a little bit of epic scenery. This is where we're going to be building our kingdom in the future. And I've actually started working in this area a good bit, setting up a tiny bit of infrastructure. If we go ahead and head up this hill over here, you can see there's another little village that I have decided to take over, and I'm using it to set up a little bit of infrastructure. And I say a little bit because I still haven't gotten nearly enough being farmed up for us to start on our kingdom in a significant way. So let's go ahead and get off our brand new horse, by the way. This guy I found, and he is super fast. But anyway, yeah, I've taken over this village, and I've got some basic storage set up over here, as well as my beacon. I actually have a second beacon that's set up now as well, and it is placed over a good ways away in a terracotta biome. What's that biome called? Badlands? I've collected up some terracotta from over there for whenever we start building. And then my beacon, I have a lot of granite, gravel, dirt, a little bit of diorite, stuff like that. And then in these chests, stone. Lots and lots and lots of stone. And then back here, cobblestone. Lots and lots of cobblestone. Basically, my idea right now is that I want to be in a place to where I can just start building and I don't have to worry about material collecting in the future, and I just have stone and cobblestone and terracotta and all of that kind of stuff just on hand. And then once we start building, we can just build. And that's where these guys come in as well, because I planned on making a giant wool farm. That way I can use the wool in order to start marking out our builds. So these guys are going to have to be moved and such in the future so that we can actually get this wool farm automated. But for right now, these guys are just hanging out here on the surface with me. Now, another thing that you may have noticed in this area is it is eerily quiet for a village. Hear that? That's nothing. It's because all the villagers are gone. I've actually moved the villagers into an underground area where I guess we can actually go ahead and head down there right now, and I'll show you guys my plan for farming in this area. So if we head down this tunnel right here, you can see this is the area that we've been clearing out. This is where I've gotten all of that stone and cobblestone, and this is where our villagers are. I've moved all of them down here. And some of them are still in boats because I plan on using them for breeding villagers. But then we also have like our librarians over here in their little shelves. So this is efficiency 5 villager, boom, efficiency 5. This is unbreaking 3 villager, boom, unbreaking 3. And this is kind of my idea. My idea is to make a villager trading hall down here around the edges of everything that we dig out. And then in the middle is where I actually want to put all of my farms. I want to put the villager trading hall here. I want to put maybe a wood farm. I want to put a wool farm, melon and pumpkin, all of those different types of farms right here in the center. And my plan is to just keep digging this down. And each one of these farms is just going to be kind of floating in the middle. And then we'll have like little stairs that we can walk down and get to our different farms and collect up our different materials. So this whole area, this whole huge room is eventually going to go down to bedrock. And all we're going to have is these floating catwalks of copper grates going down between the levels. And then each one of them is going to have kind of a different theme to them, I guess. So this theme here is going to be villagers. All of the villager stuff is going to be on this level. And then maybe the next level is, I don't know, wood or something like that. But the plan is to have it all just floating. I think it's going to look really cool, and I'm going for like an industrial type vibe with the copper catwalks as well as the brand new tough bricks, because I think they look pretty industrial as well. But yeah, that's kind of the idea for down here, and it's going to take a good while to actually get this farming area up and running because, well, I've made a list. This is our farm list. It's not official. I'm sure I'm missing some, but just to give you guys an idea of what all we have to work on, we got 4 pages. We have Enderman Farm, Iron Farm, Villager Breeder, Trading Hall, Honey Farm, Guardian Farm, blah, 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 blah. I mean, this thing just keeps going. It just keeps going. We got a lot that we have to do. And not all of these farms are going to be able to go down here. Let's just be very clear on that. Things like the Guardian Farm, there's no way that that's going down here. There's no temple. And then things like the Wither Rose Farm, yeah, that's going to go into the end. And then let's see, there's probably a Wither Skeleton Farm in here. Yeah, Wither Skeleton Farm can't go down here. Froglight Farm probably can't go down here either. Yeah, so there's a lot of them that I'm going to have to make all over the world, but for the ones that I can make in the overworld and can be made anywhere, this is my place. This is where I'm going to do it. And yeah, that's that's the plan going forward, at least. Hopefully it works out. The next step is to get these guys villager breeding up so that I can start filling in my villager trading hall. So the villager trading hall, by the way, I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys know this. This is going to be mostly done off camera because you guys don't want to sit here and watch me reroll villagers over and over again. So this is going to be something that kind of fills in the background. And I'll show you guys if I get any cool villagers with some cool trades. But otherwise, yeah, this particular level is just going to kind of, you know, happen in the background, or maybe on a live stream, something like that. So the last thing that I would like to do today is actually get a villager breeder set up. And in order to fit this thing, I had to do a fair amount more digging out, but theoretically, we should have plenty of room for this villager breeding station. And I also have a cute little garden set up for these guys to start picking potatoes and start breeding, which means it's now time for the hardest part, moving the baby villagers. So the farm design that I'm actually using is one by Logical Geek Boy, and essentially it works like this. All we're gonna do is have these guys picking their own potatoes and then breeding up here. And then these trap doors is what we're going to use to trick the baby villagers to running into a water stream that's down here. They're basically going to see some beds out here that they're going to want to jump on. And then the baby villagers run out, can't get to the beds because they're going to fall into the water stream. And then we're going to move them into a holding station until we want to actually take out the adults and put them into one of our chambers. So that's kind of the idea. That's how this thing's going to work. But I'm going to have to do a little bit of tricky tunneling here, a little bit of water maneuvering, because yeah, I don't just need to get them like here. I kind of want to get them over into this space, and I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that yet. This has become a little bit of a mess, but I gotta say, it's my mess and it works. Which is really all I was going for here. I mean, from the main catwalk, it doesn't actually look too bad. It looks very industrial, which is what I was going for, but also slightly messy. Slightly messy, but this thing should now be operational for the most part. I need to remove that block right there, and then these guys will start breeding up and making some babies. But let me walk you through how this thing works very, very quickly. And essentially what's going to happen, like we said, babies come in, they run across these trap doors because they see the beds and they want to jump on the beds. We have a water stream that comes down here. And then there's a wall block. That wall block is just low enough that a baby villager can't actually swim up into this water block that's right behind this glass. So once they grow up, they put their head into that water block and then they swim up and then end up over here in this corner right here. From there, I take them through a minecart using a dispenser and then upsy daisy around this track in a spiral all the way up to the top where they end up right there. That's basically the entire system in a nutshell. And I've added some stairs to get down to a lower catwalk so we can actually walk around and see these guys. And then I also added this tunnel thing up here at the top so that we can easily access the dispenser that's here at the bottom and we can send off another minecart. So now the only thing left to do is to remove this block and see if these guys will actually breed up, make a baby, and see if the baby ends up where it's supposed to be. Aha! The breeding is beginning! Beautiful! We have ourselves a villager! A brand new baby villager. Now, what this guy should do is he should claim one of these beds and run over to it. Nailed it. And there he goes. He will be on top of that little wall there until he grows up, and then he'll end up in our next chamber. This actually worked out perfectly. And there we go. That is our second villager now in the holding chamber, and that is actually the rate for this farm per day. What this farm does is 2 villagers per day, and the only way to stop it is to place a block right here. That makes it to where these villagers can't see these beds, and they think that there's no room left in the village. But if we remove this, then these guys should start breeding again the next day whenever they have, you know, some more time on their hands. But that is how we can get these guys to breed indefinitely, but there is a shut-off switch just by placing a block right there. Now we just gotta wait for these guys to grow up, and then we can start doing all of our trading hall and everything, which is pretty awesome. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to set up AFK here one night and get a ton of villagers ready for us to start messing with our trading hall. But I think that's going to be where I wrap up for today. I do hope that you guys enjoyed. We had 2 farms today. We had the enderman farm as well as the villager breeder. And I hope you guys enjoyed. We got plenty more farms coming up as well as some building. Basically, my goals right now, just so you guys are aware, is to get some of the infrastructure set up so that once we start building, we really don't ever have to stop. That's kind of my goal. So some of these farms, they have some building aspects to them, but yeah, they're mostly just infrastructure so that we can start building our main kingdom here fairly soon. Plus, this is a great way to get materials. like a great way to get material. We have so many materials. It's kind of nuts. Anyway, that's going to be it for me today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in the next one. You guys have a great day.